Hello, I'm Karen, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make my pincushion. I find it's amusing that somebody asked me about my pincushion because the pincushion is actually the body of my little dude, and here he is. There's a little dude. It's something that I made several years ago. I was going through one of those times where I wanted to make something for gifts for people, and he just happened. I can't explain it. I've got no other reason. I don't know. It's just one of those things. He just happened. He materialised, and I called him a dude. And I made them for the children. They're great for little cats and things and whatnot. But if you play games with them, because they're so floppy and you just drop them, they just land in random positions. So, but also because you can cross their arms over, so you can say like, "What mood is your dude?" And my dude's got his arms crossed and his legs crossed, so he's in a bad mood. Or you can have him being in a chillaxed mood and he's just laying there having a little suntan, or put his hands behind his head. You can sit him up and he just sits. So he's great. He's great for all sorts of different reasons. Some of my friends have actually had him for a companion to sit on their computer, just so that they've got a little dude to talk to. My eldest daughter has them for her cats because they like to walk around with them, and as their arms are dangling and stuff, they just look really funny. And there's just generally just something just for a laugh, and they make great stocking fillers for Christmas presents and birthday presents and things like that. So, you know, like if someone's going away on their holidays, or just all sorts of different reasons. But then we got to Halloween, so the dude evolved into a spider. And here he is. Here's the spider with his little legs, and it's really easy to make. But I didn't realise until I actually tried to make a video actually how long they actually take. So they do take approximately 40 minutes, and I know that sounds like a long time. That's to make the actual dude. The spider obviously is less time because you haven't got the body to make, but for how many legs you add on and all the sewing of the ends, then it can be quite time consuming in one sense, but the time flies by, and he's so worth finishing off because it's just so much fun. So I'm going to, it really is a case, just use some random yarn and just leftovers from your stash. I'm just going to sit my dude over there and my spider. You're going to need some stuffing. I was talking to a lady while I was at hospital with my dad the other week, and she was on about that she made things for charity, but now they're being really particular, saying that the stuffing inside has to be safety stuffing, which if you go and try and buy the safety stuffing, it actually can be quite expensive. So a top tip here is go and buy one of those cushion pads. And I'm always plugging Wilko's, I love Wilko's. But if you get a cushion pad, that just the inside section, it's full of this, and they're only a couple of pounds, and you get loads. You can actually make hundreds of these little dudes out of that. So for a dude, you're going to need about a handful, probably not even that much. Okay, so I'm going to start with the head because I always start with the head. So I'm sorry if you're going to have to wait towards the end of the video to see how to make the actual body, and I'm going to break it into a few videos because it's so long. So the first video is going to be of the head and making of the body. Okay, so to begin, we need to do chain 2. So I'm just casting on with my magic loop. So just chain 2, and into the first chain, which is actually the second chain from the hook, we're going to do 6 single crochet. So that's 1, oops, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to tuck under the tail at number 6. We don't slip stitch to join in this one at all. In the second round is to do 2 single crochet all the way around, so that means we're going to end up with 12. So I just like to just count to 12. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, the third round is to go, you do single crochet, 2 single crochet, single crochet, 2 single crochet all the way around, and it totals 18 stitches, so I just count to 18 while I'm doing it. So well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm sorry, I've just realised I didn't tell you I'm actually using a number 4 crochet hook. It's entirely up to you. If you're going to use a thicker yarn, you can use a bigger hook. If you want to use a smaller one, that's entirely up to you, but I like the 4mm hook for this. Okay, so the next 2 rounds are just a single crochet all the way around. Now I know that they're 18 stitches, so I just count to 18, so I know I've got all the way around to save me having to add markers. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I need to do another round of that, so that's just single crochet all the way around. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. Now you can leave it so that it's inside out, as they call it, so but I'm going to turn mine so it goes the right way out, and I'm just going to pull the tail up. I'm just going to pull this tail through here so that it's out of my way while I'm working, and come back on. So the next round, round 6, we need to single crochet in the next 7 and then single crochet 2 together, and we need to do that whole sequence twice. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, single crochet 2 together, and do the same sequence again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, single crochet 2 together. Okay, and the final round is to single crochet 2 together 8 times. So we're just going to count as we go along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and that's it. Cut off your yarn. Leave yourself a nice long thread for these, because you're actually going to need to sew the head and the body together, and also to close up your circle. So I'm just going to pull this one tight. So that's that one done, and the choice is yours. You can make your parts first and then stuff them, or you can do what I'm going to do and stuff the parts as you go along. So when it's stuffing your little character, we don't want to overstuff it, because you'll spread all your stitches apart, but you don't want to understuff it neither, because you want it to be able to cope with, you want it to have like a little bit of a, when you squeeze it, you want the stuffing just to be sort of bursting out of it a little bit. I'll show you what I mean. So now you can tell I'm kind of struggling to get my stuffing in it now. So I know, because it's quite tight, that when I squeeze it, it's going to start bursting out. So I'll push it in and squeeze it. So you know that that's a nice, I wanted to say consistency, but I'm not cooking. Bizarre. But so now I'm just going to get my needle and sew in the ends. You can wait, so you can wait and do all the sewing together at the end. It's entirely up to you, but I just find that if you do your sewing as you go along, you're just much more likely to finish your project. And this is just a running stitch, so I'm just going to go in and under and over. That's all I'm doing, all the way round till I'm back. Oops, that wasn't very clever, was it? It came off my needle. There we go. And one more, so I'm back to the beginning. I'm going to gently pull that. I don't want to pull it overly too tight and to cause it to distort the shape, so I'm just gently pulling it and tucking it as I go. And there we have it. That it is the head completed. I'm just going to just tuck this in a couple of times just to make sure that I'm happy that that's nice and secure. And I'm going to leave the tails on for sewing in purposes. I'm just going to put that through to the centre there, because I want that to be in the centre. And there you have it, that's the head, which you can use that as a small pincushion if you want to. It's entirely up to you. There you go, that's the first piece done. So now we're going to move on to actually making the body, which is equally as easy, and it's still all single crochet. No, I'm leaving a nice long tail, no slip stitching as you go along. So for the body we're going to chain 2, and I'm going to work 8 single crochet into the first chain, and also I go underneath one loop so that it expands as you work. I'm sorry, I'm just going to undo that because that's a bit loose there. You need to keep your stitching quite close together and tight for this, but not overly. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see how it's expanding? 6. Tuck the tail under at 7 and 8. For round 2 we need to do 2 single crochet and then a single crochet, which is actually going to make us a total of 12. So instead of going single crochet, 2 single crochet and having put markers in and losing my way, because it's only so small, I just count to 12. So it's 1, and then into this one I need to do 2, so it's 2, 3. Next one is a single one, so that's 4. Next one's 2, so that's 5, 6. Next one's a single one, 7. Next one's 2, so that's 8, 9. Next one's on its own, 10. The last one, 11, 12. Okay, and now we need to do 5 rounds of single crochet. So that's just going to be just the 12 as you're working. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull that through there. I'm just going to pull the centre tail to this side to make it easier as I'm working. So this is the next, so we need to do 5 rounds of this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to do another round. So this is the next round. This is the second round of this. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I've done 2 rounds and I'm going to turn it so it's the right way round now. You can pull that tight now if you want to, or do that later. So now I've got 3 more rounds to do of single crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I've got a bit on my arm. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I've got 2 more rounds to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I've caught my yarn. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is the last round. 1, 2, of doing this single crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. And this is the final round. The final round we need to single crochet 2 together and then do a single crochet, and we're going to end up with a total of 8 stitches. So I will single crochet 2 together, and that's 1. The next one is a single crochet, that's 2. Single crochet 2 together, 3. Single crochet in this one, that's 4. Single crochet 2 together, that's 5. Single crochet in the next one, that's 6. Single crochet 2 together, which is 7, and a single crochet which makes 8 stitches. And then I cut off my yarn, still leaving a nice long tail. Okay, and there we have, I'm going to pull that in tight, and like I did with my other piece, I'm just going to stuff in with his stuffing. Makes him sound like a Christmas turkey. Stuff your body, mister. There we go. There, it's starting to feel like it's going tight now. Have a little squeeze. Maybe I can get a little bit more in there. I don't want to overdo it. A little bit more. Yeah, that's it. That's the one, because that's just wanting to burst out now. Yeah. Now this one is actually working out to be smaller than this one because the yarn is a lot thinner yarn. And now I'm going to get my needle. I'm going to just do the running stitch again, so we're going to go under, over, just really loosely to start off with, and then very gently pull it tight. We don't want to catch the yarn as you're going through, because if you split your yarn it makes it harder. I'm not that I'm any kind of expert on toy making, but I've made this dude for a long time, and then we're just gently going to just pull that together. There. And that's it. That's his little body. And I'm going to come through and come to this very centre. And what I like to do is I like to use this tail. This is the tail where we finished off, so this is our finished area. I like to keep this, the starting bit at the top. I know I've still got that thread there, but it's best to keep them so that you've got extra security. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through the centre, and it doesn't matter where you come out as long as you're not splitting your yarn, and just gently pull the body to the head. Now yes, it is going to be floppy, but what we're going to do is just going to go over one of your stitches there. Don't pull it too tight when you do it, and we just want to go into the centre there, into the centre of the body and out through part of the body. And when we pull this through, we don't want to pull this end too tight, otherwise it's going to distort his head. So we want it to just, only just fit together. Okay, then we're going to do the same, go over one of your loops, come into the centre, come to the centre of the head and pop out through the head in a nice place, not splitting your yarn. And we need to do the same again. We don't want to pull it tight, otherwise we're going to distort the body shape. So just going to pull that gently through there and find which is the tail end, that one. Okay, so it's still wobbly, but it's got plenty of stuff there, okay? And then we're going to do exactly the same thing into the head, back through the centre and out through part of the body. And at this point, there, we've got that through. Now I've just got this little bit of yarn left, so I'm just going to work this in and out of the body, just randomly coming in and out of different sections. Remember not to pull it too tight, otherwise you're going to distort your work. Always overlapping one of your stitches and just popping out, and this keeps everything all nice together. There. We'll cut that one off. Now the other piece that belonged to the actual head, I'm now going to thread that piece on, and I'm going to do exactly the same. But remember, it started from the head, so I'm going to go into the body and come out in a section of the body and just gently pull that through. So we don't want to pull anything too tight because we don't want to distort the shape. And then I'm going to go over a stitch, come back, make sure I'm going back into the centre of the head, and then popping out. Remember not to pull too tight, because we want these stitches to just look like the rest of our work. So if you pull it too tight, you make all these indents in it, and then you lose the shape of your work, which is disappointing. This is the last time I'm going to come back down into the body, and then I'm going to just tuck this into the bodywork a few times. There. We're just going to go through there. It's all nice and gentle. Pull the tail end through and cut that off. Now you can cut off, you can sew in this top part of the head, or you can leave it so that you've got a dangling point for your toy. But we need to tuck in the bottom of the body. So this tail needs to be tucked in as well, so this is out of the way. Whoops, need to go through there. I'm just going to come through the body, and just to keep this stitching out of the way, and just to make sure it's nice tidy on the bottom. And same again, just gentle stitches when you're pulling it through, so it's keeping it all nice, so that your stitches almost disappear, so that they're virtually invisible. And through there again, and there we have it. To cut that off. Now I'm going to stop this video because I'm actually nearly on half an hour, and it's amazing how quickly it flies by. But there you have your head and your body. In the next video I'm going to show you how to add his arms and legs. It's really quite easy once you know how. I'm not saying that this is an actual easy pattern to make. I'm not going to declare it as really easy, but it's not actually really hard neither. It's just really lots and lots of fun. Okay, so thank you for watching, thank you for liking. I hope you join me in the next video so that you can see how to add his legs and his arms. Okay, bye for now.